Can AI art predict humanity's future? It sounds like one of those questions you might throw out at 2 a.m. while staring at a surreal picture that looks suspiciously like a toaster with wings. But the more we dig, the more interesting it becomes. Because art has always been a mirror, and AI art is not just a mirror. It's a mirror built out of code, trained on billions of reflections of us. So, what happens when that mirror starts showing us things we've never seen before? For centuries, people have looked to artists for glimpses of the future. Science fiction authors predicted space travel and the internet. Painters like Hieronymus Bosch gave us visions of dystopias centuries before anyone could imagine them. Art is not prophecy, but it is imagination crystallized, and imagination is the first step toward reality. When AI begins to generate art, it isn't just copying, it's remixing fragments of human thought in ways so alien that sometimes they feel eerily prophetic. Let's take an example. Early image generators often produced cities that looked like endless neon jungles of skyscrapers. To us, it looked futuristic. But dig deeper, and you realize these systems weren't predicting, they were reflecting. They saw our fascination with Blade Runner aesthetics, with cyberpunk, with glowing skylines. In other words, AI wasn't foretelling tomorrow. It was holding up a fluorescent sign saying, "This is the dream you keep feeding me." But there's a twist. Sometimes AI produces images that feel off. A utopian cityscape with no cars, just endless greenery and hovering walkways. A portrait of a human with features so smooth and strange they don't quite fit into our current aesthetic categories. These aren't just echoes of our past. They're combinations that point toward paths we haven't walked yet. If art is imagination, then AI art is supercharged imagination, millions of alternate futures thrown at the wall at once. The fascinating part is how humans react to these outputs. Some people see AI art as cold and lifeless, but others look at it and find themselves strangely moved. When an AI draws a cathedral shaped like a spiral galaxy or a city balanced on giant roots, we start asking, could humanity really build this? Could this be what we're heading toward? In that moment, the art stops being random pixels. It becomes a seed of possibility. And seeds have power. History is full of futures imagined in art that later became real. Submarines appeared in Jules Verne's novels before they appeared in oceans. Touchscreens existed in science fiction before they slid into our pockets. If AI keeps throwing out endless visions, some of those visions might stick. Not because the machine knows the future, but because humans see those images, feel inspired, and decide to make them real. Yet there's another side to this. AI art sometimes generates eerie, unsettling pictures, distorted human figures, uncanny cities, landscapes that look more like fever dreams than blueprints. Are those warnings? Do they reflect our subconscious anxieties about technology, climate, identity? Or are they just noise, byproducts of flawed training? When we stare at these uncanny futures, we might be staring at fears we haven't dared to articulate. So, can AI art predict humanity's future? Strictly speaking, no. It doesn't see tomorrow any more clearly than a fortune teller staring into a crystal ball. But here's the trick. Prediction isn't always about accuracy. It's about imagination, and imagination is contagious. Every image, no matter how strange, can spark a chain of ideas in the human mind, and that chain is what shapes tomorrow. Maybe one day people will look back at the bizarre neon cityscapes of early AI art and laugh at how wrong they were. Or maybe they'll walk down streets that look exactly like those images and wonder if the machine had glimpsed something after all. Either way, AI art is already influencing us. It's planting futures in our heads, futures we might never have considered. And perhaps that's the real answer. AI art doesn't predict the future, it multiplies it. It gives us 1,000 possible tomorrows, some absurd, some terrifying, some breathtakingly beautiful. The real question is not whether AI can foresee what's coming, but which of those visions we, as humans, choose to bring to life. Because in the end, the future isn't in the hands of algorithms. It's in ours.